will and lead our guys and make sure we have a chance to win the game.
All right, so it's good to see Russell at least take responsibility for his performance in this one. Stephen, how impressive, though, were the Blazers last night?
They're just a better team. They're playing better. They're more confident. OKC's always been a terrible team on the playoffs on the road. They really have never been a good team on the road. But Portland is way more confident at home. They're playing well. The big guy went down, so the two young stars, we knew they were going to be way more aggressive. And they're just playing better than Russ and Paul right now, but they have a better supporting cast, too. OKC doesn't have any guys that can knock down shots. A lot of these guys are scared. They run around like a deer in headlights. They really don't know what's going on. Portland look like the more experienced team, and they are the more experienced team, but their two stars are playing more like it.
When you say knocking down shots, I know we're going to talk about Russ, and Dame's been fantastic after he had a really rough series last year in the first round when they got swept. But right now through 2 games, this series kind of comes down to this number. Damian Lillard is 9 of 19 from 3. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 10 of 61 from 3.
As a team.
As a team.
Wow.
So as a team, when one guy has essentially matched your three-point production on 42 fewer attempts, you're not going to win. Now, let's just assume they start hitting shots. They still need to play better. Russ has to be better. And this is, I defend Russ as much as anybody on television, but we are now about to be 3 years into him without KD. And year 1, 47 wins, out in the first round in 5 games.
Yep.
Year 2, 48 wins, out in the first round in 6 games. Year 3, 49 wins, staring at being out in the first round again. We don't know how many games. That ain't great. And year 1, it was actually an accomplishment. He wins league MVP, he adds a triple-double, he wins the scoring title. They get to the playoffs without Kevin Durant. But these last 2 years now are bordering on epic disappointment because you've had Paul George. I know Paul George didn't 100% see, but that wasn't the problem last night. Paul George, good last night.
27.
Russ, 5 of 20 with a half dozen turnovers. 5 of them live ball turnovers lead to transition points. He was the biggest problem for Oklahoma City to go along with bad team defense. It's a big problem.
I'm glad he was better in the press conference because after game number 1, he was delusional. Actually, a local reporter from OKC asked him 2 questions. He wouldn't respond. Next question.
He hates that guy.
Asked him the next question. But it's a reflection on you, and it's the NBA playoffs. It's about image. People wonder, why do people criticize Russ's game? I keep trying to tell you, we give love to the people that we like. And the way Russ conducts himself, he invites a lot of this criticism. That guy is out doing his job. Why be rough with that guy? Why be mean to that guy? Like, you're bigger than that. And now his play on the court, this is one of the reasons why the triple-double, we don't care nothing about the triple-double. The last 3 seasons, dude averaged a triple-double. Well, how many playoff games has he won? He was MVP. How many playoff games did he win? That's the reason why people look at Russ and they have him in a different light than the other great stars that we have. They don't look at Harden that way. They don't look at Steph that way. They don't look at KD that way. And don't look at LeBron that way. And even though him and Harden, neither one of them have a championship, we look at Harden differently than we do at Russ.
Well, let me ask this, Stephen, because I wonder, you're talking about Russ being compared to those guys. I wonder if at the end of this series, people are going to start comparing him to Dame and start saying, wait, is Dame just flatly the better player? Is Dame the guy that is more built for 2019 NBA basketball with his range shooting, with his ball handling, with his overall approach to the game? Because Russell said a few months ago that he basically whoops Dame every time they play him. I'll censor it. Since then, Damian Lillard has 31, 51, 30, and 29 in his 4 games against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and his team's up 2-0 in the playoffs when they are without their 3rd best player.
Well, I think with Dame he's more solid than Russ. I think Russ, they're both great players. Russ has a better motor. He's a better rebounder. He does more things out on the court. I think as far as for Portland, Damian is a star. He's been a star. He's leading the team. He's scoring. He's hitting big shots. He's more of a star for his team than Russ. Russ is a great player, does a lot of energy, but if I had to pick one, I would definitely go with Dame because Dame is more solid.
Do you think the Thunder has a chance to crawl back into the series?
Yeah, I definitely think that they still have Paul Rush now. These guys still can turn it around, and I think Steven Adams has to be more aggressive in the paint as well to create a presence down there in the paint. But I think they still have a chance. They can go home and win these 2 games. The series is tied 2-2.
Yeah, we can't overreact because in game number 1, you got a possession to make a shot. They say it's make or miss league. They make a shot and get 1 stop. They're going to win that game. Now, in this game, it was a little bit different. Portland outplayed them from the beginning, but it wasn't as if OKC wasn't in this game. Russ has got to be able to play better. He's got to be able to shoot the ball from deep. If he's going to shoot from deep, he's got to be able to shoot it better than he's doing.
What we now know, and we thought we knew this going in, but given the way this series has started, for one of these teams, it is going to be total devastation after this round.
Yes.
Because if Portland goes from being swept last year to an underseeded team to being up 2-0 on an underseeded team and then losing the series, people are going to talk about what is the ceiling with Damian Lillard.
The thing about Portland is they have an excuse, though.
Because of Nurkic.
Yes. But both of these teams are coming in with great criticism as far as their lack of playoff success. The storyline is very, very similar.
And if Oklahoma City, they were the Vegas favorites in this series. Last night was a pick'em, and they get blown out. That game turned at the very end of the third quarter. That's a 6-point game with less than 90 seconds left in that third quarter. Portland goes on a 12-2 run in 80 seconds. You let them score. Seth Curry's, not Steph, Seth Curry's getting wide open threes. Dame is torturing poor old man Raymond Felton. Like, that's when this game turned. Oklahoma City now faces what I consider to be not 1, but 2 must-win games in OKC. Can't go down 3-1. You got to take care of home, and then we'll have a real series going back to Portland.
All right. Stephen, we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Yes, indeed.
Good stuff. Coming up,
We nailed it.
can Demaryius Thomas make an impact with the Patriots next?